that were not real, stories that were about the work that you've done in the community and through your office, but the stories were not real and were apparently generated by artificial intelligence. The stories have since been taken down. How did this happen?
They look for articles that have the things that I've done in it. And so the search engine that they use brought about some articles, and the articles were supposed to have been a link to it. Now, and then they put it up on the website. So the search engine they used, they basically, I guess, thought it was the gospel truth and didn't go back and recheck the search engine that they thought that would give you everything. I guess they say artificial intelligence, which is AI, is not 100% correct.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Wake Up with Word on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have you heard about our singles event for ages 40 and up? Well, get your tickets today because time is running out. Our Love and Life Connection event is Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by Carol Riddick and Dr. Marquita Williams at Bayou in West Philly. This event will feature fun activities where you can meet new people and possibly make a love connection. To attend the event, you must register on our website, wordradio.com. Space is limited and we're almost at capacity. Registration is free, so join us for a fun evening of mixing and mingling for singles ages 40 and up. Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Bayou Lounge and Bar, 5025 Baltimore Avenue. To attend, you must register online at wordradio.com. This event is brought to you by City Winery and the Pennsylvania Lottery in partnership with Bayou Lounge and Bar.
At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your support. Learn more at donorschoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom.
Build a future.
Words of empowerment.
Oh, I am Vera Portier, and I am the founder of Every Heartbeat Counts. Yes, younger generation, please. Life is short. Love one another. Take care of one another. Advocate for one another. Be kind. We're better together. We are better together. Talk to your parents. Reach out to somebody in 100 Black Men. You are loved. I know you feel like we're a little disconnected. I'm willing to talk to you and connect with you and just get on the same wavelength. We love you.
This is Words of Joy and Empowerment on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Audio provided by Love Now Media. These words of joy and empowerment are brought to you by Wells Fargo, Mainline Health, and the Pennsylvania Lottery. We are the home of Progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people. Write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Here we are. Today is what is it? Wednesday. Look at me. Look at me. I don't know what day it is. It is Wednesday, February 7th. All I know is that we are in February, and I have to keep reminding myself of that because I cannot believe the year is going by so quickly. How about that? In any event, I hope that you are having an exceptional day and an exceptional start to your week. How about that? Family, listen, as we continue our Black History Month celebration, I want to share something with you. Yes, I do. Today's Black History moment is about Lucy Stanton. Are you familiar? Well, let me tell you. Anthony Benezet, a white Quaker abolitionist and educator, is credited with creating the first public school for African American children in the early 1770s. After graduating from Oberlin College in 1850 with a literary degree, Lucy Stanton became the first Black woman in America to earn a 4-year college degree. Ooh, family, that's our Black History moment for today. Now, I know some of you were saying, Carol, I knew that already. Well, guess what? I'm glad you did. I didn't until I read it. And I said, oh, see, I got to share this with the family. And that's what I said. That's what I said. Next, I want to say happy birthday to all of our love bugs. Each and every one of our love bugs that are celebrating today, happy birthday to you. You know, the whole family is sending you oodles of love. And, I believe we should all be celebrated. Just, we should all be spoiled rotten. But I do want to send some special love to our very own beloveds, Karen Mayer and Tiffany Bacon, and Tiffany Bacon's mother. How about that? What a birthday present, right? What a birthday present. Just happy birthday. I just really, really, truly do hope that you are all celebrating and are being celebrated. How about that? So, family, you know what I like to do as we get started? I like to check in, do a little roll call, if you will. So, if you are joining us by way of social media, let us know. Yeah, let us know. Let us know you're out there. Just, share a comment or a few on our socials, or you can even give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can even call us toll free. You can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. That's if you want to share some love verbally, because we love it. Anyway, you care to share it, we will take the love, okay? And to those of our family members who are joining us with heavy hearts, or, whose lights are just shining even a little dimly, even a little, I just want you to know that you are being sent all the extra love and hugs that you can handle today. You hear me? On behalf of your entire tribe and village, because we need you to know that you are not alone and that we've got your back. We need you to know that, okay? All right. So, family, listen. I do want to acknowledge some of our family members that are joining us by way of socials. They're checking in. I see you. Brother Nasir is checking in, and he's sending peace and blessings to everybody. Hey there, Brother Nasir. We are sending them right back to you. You know we are. Malcolm White, there's my message. He is watching and listening from West Mount Airy. Good evening to you too, good sir. And Eric is joining us. Yes, he says, hey, WURD posse. Evening, everybody. Eric, you sound like you had a great day. Okay. I love it. I love it. Henry is joining us as well. Henry Purifoy, that is. And Nicole P. She shares that she is checking in from Burbank, California, and she is sending much love to everybody. She also follows that up by saying, oh, thanks for sharing that Black History moment. Well, you know what? It was truly my pleasure and privilege, because you know how much I love us. I love us. Walt, hey there, Walt Reader Jr., that is. He shares that he loves the show and that he finds himself going through the day waiting for 7 p.m. to hear great conversation to help him unwind from his day. Well, you know what? I'm so happy and grateful that we can provide that for you. So seriously, I want you to put that in your pocket, okay? Family, listen. I know you may have heard the commercial, but in the event that you did not, are you familiar? Have you heard about our upcoming singles event for those ages 40 and up? Have you heard about it? Well, guess what? Our Love and Life Connection event will take place at Bayou Lounge and Bar in West Philadelphia on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 until 9 p.m. And it will be hosted by yours truly and Dr. Marquita Williams. Listen, I'm so looking forward to this. We're going to have so much fun. This event will feature fun activities where you can meet new people and you can possibly make a love collection. Collection. Do you hear me? Shut up. Shut up and keep talking. A connection. Let's get that right. You don't want to make a love collection. You don't want that. But in any event, I'm so excited about it. As you can tell, I'm falling over my words. I'm excited to host our first in-person Love and Life event. So join us for an evening of mixing and mingling for singles ages 40 and up on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 until 9 p.m. at Bayou Lounge and Bar. It's located at 5025 Baltimore Avenue. That's right. That's right. That's right. And so Large Bottom Productions is checking in as well from the Big Shy. Hey there. Thank you so much for sending us some love. You know we're sending it right back. You know we are. And Eric, don't you clown me. Talking about a collection of loves. You hush. Hush. Don't clown me. I'm just excited about it. So family, listen. Let's get started. We've got so much to cover today, and I want you to meet this extraordinary individual that I have to introduce to you in this hour. Her name is Ann Burton. Now, you met her son not long ago. You met her son and his wife not long ago. We just, I told you I love them already, and you fell in love with them too. And I said, oh, we just have to have mom on. I'll tell you what. She is extraordinary, but she's also a member of the Mississippi Mass Choir, which is an American gospel choir based in Jackson, Mississippi. And it is one of the most influential gospel choirs in the United States. Yes. Formed in 1988 by the late Frank Williams, legendary singer, songwriter, producer, and visionary, the Mississippi Mass Choir has been blessed to remain a welcomed presence in the gospel music industry for nearly 35 years. Did you hear that? Family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than the beautiful Ann Burton. Hello there, beautiful.
Hi there. How are you?
I will not complain. I will not do it.
Wonderful. Here with you.
I'm so happy to have you here. First of all, thank you to Mike for telling me, because I was unaware. And when he told me, I said, well, we've got to talk to mom. We have got to talk to mom. Number one, because of the history of the Mississippi Mass Choir, and for you to be a member. Now, did I read this correctly, that you are one of the founding members?
That is correct. Since 1988.
Mom Burton.
Yeah.
Family, you all hear this? She's one of the founding members of the Mississippi Mass Choir. As much as we love and adore, just everything that the Mississippi Mass Choir is and represents, how about I say thank you? Thank you. I'll start there. Thank you. Thank you. And so I'm curious to know. There's so much I want to know about the choir, but I want to know first if you could share with our family members just a little bit about you. I've shared with them that you're a mom and a founding member, one of the founding members, but share with us a little about you. What do you like to do?
Well, first of all, I grew up in a small town in Mississippi, Utica, Mississippi, to be exact. Grew up there and enjoyed a community with a junior college. And so that, of course, was wonderful to be able to have that in the community and to be able to walk out and see educators and those kind of persons be an example for all of us in that community. I graduated from Hinds County Agricultural High School that was on the campus of Utica Junior College. So, we got to mingle with both college students in high school. After that, I graduated from high school and I attended Tougaloo College. Tougaloo College is located on the line of Hinds County, Jackson, Mississippi, and Tougaloo, Mississippi. So I was a student there, graduated, and came out of school and decided to get married. I graduated in May, married in June. Before that, before I graduated, I had completed most of my coursework in December. So after that, I was able to plan a wedding. Got married in a beautiful chapel on the campus of Tougaloo College. So a couple of years later, we had a son whose name is Michael. And with that being said, being a mom and working, and finally decided to go back and get my master's degree, guidance and counseling, after I believe Michael and I kind of got our master's around the same time. So that's a little bit about me. I am president of the Mississippi Jazz Foundation back in Mississippi. And we wanted to enhance the growth of students and persons with the interest in the arts and with the jazz music and that kind of thing. So we still do exist. We just had our 20-year celebration of that, and worked a long time with Hinds County Human Resource Agency, a community action agency with Head Start is one of the biggest program under that umbrella. And from there, I had a career with the city of Jackson, where I worked as not manager, but the supervisor at the water business office. So that's just a little bit about who I am, along with being a member and traveling with the great renowned Mississippi Mass Choir.
Wait, family, did you hear Mom Burton? She said that's a little bit. Mom Burton, that is a lot of bit. You do a lot. Listen, she said that's a little, just a little bit. Okay. I sleep maybe twice a year, basically. That's what she said, because did you hear this? She named, told the whole list. I do this, and this. It sounds, Mom Burton, it sounds like you came out of the womb running. Okay.
Kept pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And with all of that, wait, and here, see, Eric agrees with me. He shares, amen. That is quite the resume. Yes, yes, it is. Yes, but it's impressive, so impressive. And in addition to that, as I shared, family, she's one of the founding members. So you you went to get your degree in guidance and counseling, which shares that you have a giving spirit, because you're trying to help us heal. And then you found time to start to be one of the founding members of the choir. I'm so curious to know how that came about. I won't start that conversation just yet because we're so close to commercial. But it sounds to me like, and like you were sharing, you were talking about being guidance and counseling. You shared some of the other responsibilities, some of the other professions in which you worked. Everything is of a giving spirit. That everything about you says that you like to give. You're looking to help us. That's what it says to me.
Thank you.
So I'm curious to know.
I think that I've given quite a bit.
It sounds like you are still giving. It sounds like you have given, and that you are still giving. I'm curious to know too. So is Michael your only child?
Michael is the only child.
I thought I remembered him saying he was an only child.
I have the granddaughters and my daughter-in-law, so it all works out.
It does. It does. And I'm wondering what a holiday is like with all of you. You all are so everybody's an entrepreneur. You all are celebrities. What is it like in the household when you all get together, whenever you chance to get together for celebrations, holidays, and the like?
We're just enjoying each other and being human beings.
So, family, I don't know if you will recall, but Michael Burton he visited with us a short while ago, a few months ago. He and his wife. Now, you will recall he is a celebrity instrumentalist and she is a celebrity chef. Okay, remember? You remember. I
Right.
am curious to know if you knew that Michael, if you saw in Michael who the man that he is today. I'm going to let that question sink because, family, guess what? It's time for us to take just a short commercial break. It won't be long, I promise, because we've got more to talk about. But know that the phone lines are open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. But whatever you do, though, stay with us because, well, we want you to, but we're coming right back.
Party people. Celebrating 50 years of hip hop, Passage Theater Company presents Ghetto Gods in Divine Land. Written by Richard Bradford and Anthony Martinez Briggs and directed by Ozzie Jones. Set to the vibe, energy, and music of Trenton's own poor righteous teachers, this show explores the unheard community of Divine Land and how far its residents will go for reclamation of their resources. Ghetto Gods runs Thursday to Sunday, February 8th through 25th at the Mill Hill Playhouse in Trenton. Get tickets now at Passage, TheAtre.org.
Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $394 million. $394 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And we are back. Welcome back, family. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Ann Burton, Mom Burton, if you will. She's one of the founding members of the Mississippi Mass Choir and so much more. I hate to just say just that because she's so much more than that. Before the commercial break, I was asking her about her son, Michael Burton, whom you met a short while ago, a few months ago, as a matter of fact. And I'm curious to know, did you see in Michael the man that he is today? Did you see that?
Well, I always knew that he liked music. As a young baby, he would hear music and he's bouncing and he's doing his little thing. And then he, I guess around 7th grade, came home and told us after he had decided he was not a football player and he was not a basketball player. He decided, I want to play the saxophone. So we purchased him a horn, not knowing whether he would keep up with, do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he did. He always told me that you should have known I was destined to be a musician. And I guess I should have, because even after growing up a little bit, he would be around the house beating on furniture or whatever. And I think he wanted to play drums. I said, well, you're going to have to find another instrument because that's just too much. Put us out. And so he started in 7th grade in the band at Chastain Middle School back in Jackson, Mississippi. And from there, went on to Murrah, APAC Performing Arts program, got to go off and study at the Berkeley College of Music, played in church with me on Sunday mornings. I would ask him to bring your horn to church because I'm singing today and I need you to play behind me, with me. And he would say sometimes, Mom, nobody really want to keep hearing me play. But he would play anyways because I had asked that of him. So he did that. And then we would follow him everywhere to jazz concerts and whatever his teachers had in, and just to be that support system for him. And, so he graduated from high school and he decided that he wanted to be a music major and looked at several universities, and Indiana University recruited him pretty heavy. And so being an only child, I was like, oh, I really don't want my baby to go that far away from home. Because I said, culture shock, whatever. But we went to Indiana, and of course he worked in his music. He did well and went back, and he always told me he wanted to perform. And I said, well, Mike, I'd at least like you to get your master's degree, if not anything else, and then after perform. And so he did that. He went from getting his undergrad degree to his master's degree, and
here we are. Here we are paying to see him now.
Got a break, and one night he called and told me that he had met someone from the Tyler Perry Studios, and they were shooting a movie here in Atlanta, and asked him if he would like to be a part of. And so he took that, and the rest is history. He's just been moving and moving and moving. And of course, we're excited about where he is today with his music.
I don't doubt that. It must feel so good. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. I'm going to take a moment to go to our phone lines. One of our family members has been waiting to join the conversation. Hello there. And first of all, thank you for calling, and thank you for your patience.
Hello there, Cal. Hello there, ma'am.
Ron.
First of all, I want to welcome you to Love and Life. And I want to ask you a question. Is Miss Marge that sing with the group, with the mass choir, the one that her name is Marge, I think it is, that sing Come On In My Room?
Come On In the Room?
Yeah, just come on in my room.
Yeah, that's not Mississippi Mass.
Okay, all right, but let me move right along. But first of all, I want to welcome you to here, Love and Life, ma'am. And Love and Life is something that was created with our producer here on WRD Talk Radio, a very information powerful station. And we want to welcome you. I want to just give you a quick summary of what Love and Life is about here in this time frame. Love is a life about people can come together and they can share, ideas, and Cal and the producer bring people on that can help them to assist them in their relationship. And that's what they're going to make the attempt on the 13th. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to have a program in a tedious society to be able to bring people together, and maybe they can salvage their relationship or either meet somebody in the relationship. And our infrastructure is set up, and we put it together being very creative. We have our lead call. We call Mr. Malcolm and many others. Some of them, I don't mean to disregard them. And we care about people here at Love and Life. Somebody asked me, say, Mr. Ryan, how do you know love is true? I said, something inside cannot be denied. And this is what happened on this station in here. And I know you have a history, ma'am, according to what Cal was saying with the Georgia Choir. You should think about writing a book. And the name of that book should be called It Was Like That, Life Journey. And just think about what your family and people like y'all, Cal, and all the singers in the world have given to this world when the soul glass is empty, or either trying to build relationships. It's significant. So I'm glad that you're all on today. And remember, you must teach your children and all people, all the time in particular, those gospel hymns have brought us down through when the dark clouds was low. They have brought us a mighty long way. And I just want to thank WRD and what Cal is putting together with the team. And anybody can be a part of Love and Life, because each spark, one spark, can light the candle and cause a great gigantic glow in this world today. Cal, when you get open up with the history person, you want to mention, or what's her name? The other lady, Mother Drexel. Mother Drexel was significant in education too back there during that time frame that you gave. So I'm so joyful to be a part of the Love and Life family. Anybody can be a part of that. All you have to do is listen, call in, get someone to call in. Cal and them will bring people on to, make recommendations. That's what they do. And our lives going to be much better. We're going to be much better. Out of all the programs that we have here on this station, to almost conclude the day with this thing called love and life. And that's what life is about. Life is life. And to have love in that life, first of all, you must love the Almighty God. Love thyself. You're commanded to do that, man. And you, ma'am. I thank you for being on here tonight. Michael, all of us, we thank you. They don't call in like I call in. It's their choice they make. But I'm so enthusiastic about where my life is. I just came out of my therapy. If I didn't have love in life to hear the positive things, my soul glass would be certainly empty. So thank you very much for what you're giving, man. And remember, you can't get God, you can't be God-given. I'm not saying that you're competing against him. But the more you give, especially with the word, you can't give everybody money, but you can give them this information that you're giving out. So we hope to see you. And anyone who wants to be a member, tell them to call in at 7 o'clock. And they can be a part of this wonderful program. We don't compete with other programs. And for Cal to have this vision at the end of the day, man, to conclude with things, our history and our gospel, and to be an inspiration to lift someone else up as they pilgrim through this world. That's what life is about. When we do this, Cal, you may not realize this. When you do what you do, you're eulogizing people while they live, man. I don't mean to sound morbid, but death is a part of life too. Yes. Thank you very much, man.
Ron, thank you. Oh, go ahead, Mom Burton. I'm sorry. Ron, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Always, always, always for pouring into us positively. Thank you so much. You are appreciated beyond your understanding. I do want to share that some more of our family members are checking in. Our beloved Miss Lily is checking in, and she's sending love to everybody as well, as is Smitty. He shares hello, family and friends. And our beloved, the beautiful Miss Shirley, she is checking in from Florida, and she's sending a good evening to everybody. So, Mom Burton, I am curious to know, because we've talked about you being a servant, a guidance counselor, and the other responsibilities in which you've held. Singing, when did that start in your life? When did you first begin singing?
When did I first begin singing?
Yes, ma'am.
I've always loved to sing. I remember as a child growing up at home, I would hear my mother sometimes strike out on a hymn or something at church, and just to hear her beautiful voice. And I guess from that, I realized at an early age that I kind of had a gift for singing. Didn't really pursue a lot of it, but I would always sing in church on Sunday morning. And as I stated earlier, sometimes as Michael grew up and started to play, we would do a duet at church, something like that. So I've always done that. And then back in 1988, that's when the Mississippi Mass Choir was formed. And there were several rehearsals for a period of time.
No, I can hear you. Yes. But you sparked a question, because I'm curious to know, how did that even come about, the formation of the choir, like the Mississippi Mass Choir, like that conversation?
A young man had a dream. You probably know, you may have heard of Mr. Frank Williams. He was a quartet singer, but very renowned. Nationally known, and I'd say internationally known. And he had this vision of forming a mass choir. And so Frank Williams, along with David Curry, came together and decided to put this mass choir together. With that, persons from all over the state of Mississippi came in to audition to be a part of the choir. With that being done, after the auditions and the rehearsals and all of the above, we recorded our first album, as it was called back then, in 1988. And after several months after the recording, in 1989, the first album, the Mississippi Mass Choir Live at Tharumar Hall in Jackson, Mississippi, became a number one on the Billboard charts. So the choir has gone from there, traveled all over the world, traveled all over the United States of America, did all kind of events, and it was just fun doing it.
You said it was just fun.
Bringing people to Christ, and on buses that sometimes would break down or that kind of thing. But it was just nice. It was another added family of persons from all walks of life.
And, you know, I don't know. I can't imagine. I'm thinking. So, how many like original members were there of the choir? I'm curious to know that.
We were 300 strong the night of the recording.
300.
Yes, I don't know if you've ever gone out the videos with the mass choir, but we were very large, and still today, a very large choir. Of course, some members have moved on.
Yes.
For various reasons, and others have joined, and so it's still going strong, Mississippi Mass Choir.
And are you still currently a member?
I am currently a member. I have not. You may or may not know that I guess about 2.5 years ago we relocated here to in the Atlanta area. So I do have to travel back home sometimes for rehearsals and that kind of thing. But yes, I am still actor of the Mississippi.
I love that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I love that. Look at my excitement again. I love that. I so love that. Listen, Shirley said near the cross, 1989. Yes.
Yes.
I feel that excitement. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think of on one of the songs Why We Don't Rap, and I don't remember which album that was on, but if you'll go back and look at that one, there were two little boys who came out and they asked, they wanted to know why the Mississippi Mass Choir didn't rap. And one of the young boys would be Michael Burton, and they came out and they asked Frank Williams, why don't you rap? And we came back with we could rap what we want to. That's not what God told us to do. And then we broke out in Amazing Grace.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so what do you enjoy most about being a part of or a member of the Mississippi Mass Choir?
Just seeing other people. People have so many things going on. You never know what folks are on in their lives. And sometimes, folks just need to hear the word, and they need to just know that there's someone who cares. At all of our services, I would call them, there would always be an altar call. Come to the altar, and our spiritual advisors, along with the choir, will pray for them. So that was, it was just always a joy to see people come to Christ or be able to just put their all on the altar. Just a beautiful experience.
I would say that the longevity of the choir is a true demonstration of its anointing and its ability to bring us to Christ.
Right.
Again and again and again. I can't imagine how that must feel to be a founding member and for the choir to be in existence as long as it has been, and for it to continue to be able to do that, for it to continue to do that. That speaks volumes about you all. It speaks volumes about the spirit within. It speaks volumes about how you all let your light shine and how God shines through each and every one of you. That is amazing to me. That is amazing to me. I love it. Family, listen, y'all know I get to talking, I get excited. It's time for us to take another commercial break. I know, but we are coming right back. Stay with us, because when we come back, I'm going back to our socials. I did see, Eric, I saw that you had a question, I believe it was. I'm coming right to you when we come back. So family, stay with us because we'll be right back.
Have you heard about our singles event for ages 40 and up? Well, get your tickets today because time is running out. Our Love and Life Connection event is Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by Carol Riddick and Dr. Marquita Williams at Bayou in West Philly. This event will feature fun activities where you can meet new people and possibly make a love connection. To attend the event, you must register on our website, wordradio.com. Space is limited and we're almost at capacity. Registration is free, so join us for a fun evening of mixing and mingling for singles ages 40 and up. Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Bayou Lounge and Bar, 5025 Baltimore Avenue. To attend, you must register online at wordradio.com. This event is brought to you by City Winery and the Pennsylvania Lottery in partnership with Bayou Lounge and Bar.
They say the way to a lover's heart is through their stomach. Let Booker's Restaurant and Bar prove that food is a love language this Valentine's Day with their amorous cuisine. You and your special someone will be serenaded by alluring live music and treated to a Cupid-approved 3-course menu featuring their famous lobster bisque, jumbo lump crab fondue, seared lamb chops with whipped roasted garlic mash, and further decadence prepared with love. Enjoy this tantalizing evening of romance with your choice of wine, kissed chocolate strawberries, cherry cheesecake, or triple chocolate cake. Make it a Valentine's Day that you and your special someone will always remember. Booker's Restaurant and Bar. That's Booker's Restaurant and Bar. Come for the food, stay for the vibes, especially on Valentine's Day.
Just one question can save a child's life. Before your child visits a friend, ask if there's an unlocked gun in the house. With an average of 13 children dying from guns every day, guns are now the leading cause of death among children. Ask the question and do your part to keep children safe. To help get the conversation going, 59 regional hospitals united to offer life-saving tips. Learn more by visiting hospitaltogether.com. That's hospitaltogether.com.
Tune in to Eco Word Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 10 a.m. for the PA Lottery Eco Word Fact of the Month. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, progressive Black talk media.
I think I know what love is.
Welcome back, family. You're tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Ann Burton, one of the founding members of the Mississippi Mass Choir. Family, I did share before the commercial break that we're going to go to our socials because I see that you are talking and I want to share what you are saying. Our beloved, the beautiful Miss Rosalind has joined us. Hi there, beloved. She shares good evening. Good evening. Good evening. She wants to give everyone their flowers while we can all still smell them. And she also shares phenomenal, just phenomenal. When God is in the mix, everything is possible from the time we're born into the time we leave. Just always remember it's God's world. and she just congratulates the Mississippi Mass Choir for bringing his legacy this long and for still making history. I just love that. I love that. I love that. Henry shares, some of the songs you sing bring tears to my eyes, ushering the Lord's presence, and the Lord calls it a joyful noise. Can you imagine when we get to glory what your voice will sound like? I love that. I love that. Eric shares, good evening, Mrs. Burton. Welcome to the WURD family. He's curious to know who your gospel inspirations were during your journey. And he shares that he's always loved Mahalia Jackson, Rosetta Tharpe, and Reverend Cleveland with Aretha Franklin. Ooh.
Well, guess what? Some of the same persons that he talked about, Mahalia Jackson, Aretha Franklin, just always enjoyed. Aretha Franklin, in my opinion, was just always a great inspiration. As a matter of fact, when I was in college and I was in the gospel choir at Tougaloo, one of the songs that Aretha did, How I Got Over, I think I was assigned that song to sing, and I always just thoroughly enjoyed that. So, but there were others. I like great quartet singing, the Jackson Southern Airs, just some gospel groups that have come out of Jackson, Mississippi, the Canton Spirituals, the Williams Brothers, and the list goes on and on. So a lot of. I believe I just loved gospel music, period. Of course, I did have some favorites over others, but great gospel music. Walter Hawkins, that we opportunity to perform with, came in as a guest artist on one of our recordings. I don't know if you remember Reverend James Moore. I enjoyed. We did several tape recordings with him, so I loved him dearly. I don't think I just call Frank Williams, our founder, the man with the golden voice. I just don't think that I've not heard another one. Just a gift from God, in my opinion.
Shirley shares and she asks, who leads the song I'm Not Tired Yet? Wow. What a pleasure to meet you virtually.
Mama Mosey Burks did that song, I'm Not Tired Yet, running for a long time. And she is, she no longer sings with the choir, but she will be with us for forever. She's just a little under the weather and not traveling at this time.
Understandable. I'm going to go to our phone lines. James is joining us on line 1. Hi there, James. Welcome to the conversation and thank you for calling.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
The gospel.
Say that one more time.
The gospel.
The gospel, yes.
Food for the soul.
Indeed.
Food for the soul. Needs a flag.
Needs a flag.
A flag.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is the gospel been around for so long, and to the ones who feel the gospel, it's food for the soul, all day, 24/7. And also, I would like to have, let me fast forward, hip hop, old school.
James,
flag also.
Wait. Let me make sure I understand, because you paused for a moment and I think I lost the message. You said gospel deserves a flag, as does hip hop.
Yes, as far as the message.
The message.
Old school hip hop, period.
Okay, now I want to make sure. Wait, because I'm not clear. When you say flag, Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't have the proper understanding of what you're saying to me. I'm
A
sorry.
good thing.
It's a good thing. Okay.
Food for the soul.
Food for the soul. Okay, we're in agreement. We're in agreement. We're on one accord. We're on one accord. Listen, I had to make sure. I said, listen, let me make sure I know what he's saying, you know.
Exactly.
And I threw hip hop in there because at one time, as far as an awakening amongst the people,
Right. We had positive messages.
hip hop came in all genres.
Mm-hmm.
You had the happy, the sad, the frustration.
Mm-hmm. So we had all emotions with hip hop. You're right. And as you were saying when in the beginning, we had some more positive messages. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes. Now
Yeah.
I'm with you. Now I'm rocking and rolling now. I didn't understand at first, but now I've got
And
you.
also, excuse me,
What was that?
Okay. I'm sorry, Mrs. Rivers.
Mm-mm.
As far as the two genres,
Mm-hmm.
gospel first, automatic.
Okay.
Old school hip hop. Point being, fast forward.
James, I think we're losing you. That's what I think is happening because I'm not hearing you clearly. I'm hearing words here
Well,
and there.
I have a flip phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Old school.
Ain't nothing wrong with old school now. We don't have a problem with old school. But it may be because your radio is your radio on? Is it up? Is it turned up? Because that may be causing a problem too. Some challenges because I
just
hear
cut
the
it
echo.
off.
Okay.
I love people, all colors. I love you all. Point being, music. We have to focus on that gospel first. And then we got to bring back hip hop. For the old school, we got to push that.
Old school hip hop. You want to bring back old school hip hop. Okay.
Old school. And we can also bring the new in. Because I can understand the new school coming in.
Okay.
That's life.
Okay.
We're going to put that on the flag to old school, new school.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is the message feeding the people's soul.
I got you. Now you know what? Now you brought it full circle for me. Now that's what I'm talking about. Feeding the soul. That's what we're talking about. That is exactly. I said, James, where we going? Because I was with you though. I was riding with you, but I had to know where we were going. But yes. Feeding the soul. That's what we're talking about. We're talking family. For those of you, James, I'm sorry because I'm looking at the time. I want to thank you first of all for calling. How about that? Thank you.
Always.
I so appreciate you, and I need you to know that. Thank you for calling. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, if you just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Ann Burton, who is one of the founding members of the Mississippi Mass Choir. She's been talking with us about her journey, talking with us about the history of the choir, just sharing all kinds of goodness, continuing her guidance, her counseling, and her spirit of giving. How about that? And talking with us just about ministry overall. We've talked about the choir saying that it's a testament to the ministry that the choir shares, the fact that it has been around as long as it has. On behalf of the entire family and our tribe and village, I just want to say thank you to you, Mom Burton, for coming to visit with us. We so appreciate you. It's an honor to talk with you. It's an honor to have you here. And I just thank all of you for continuing to help us, to share with us, to guide, through your ministry. Just thank you so much. Thank you so much. Family, Family, guess what? You know, we've got another hour. We've got to let Mom Burton go. But what we're going to do right now is take a short commercial break. I say that all the time, don't I? I know every commercial break is short. We're going to take a commercial break, but know that the phone lines are still open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. I promise you, I will do my best to read it aloud on the air. Stay with us because we are coming right back. Thank you, Mom Burton. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on The Source.
We think that this is all much ado about nothing because we're just focused on our own daily lives. But I am encouraging you. I am imploring you to start reading, to ask questions, to go and go to reputable sites. Facebook is not the place. Black Jesus, 70% of you get your news from Facebook. When I heard that data, I was like, oh no, we cannot continue to do this. There's the Washington Post, Democracy Dies in Darkness. There's the New York Times. There's the Wall Street Journal. There's all sorts of reputable papers that are out here, which is why they cannot die, because they're great reporters that are actually doing the work instead of just throwing gasoline on something and watching it take off. There's so much misinformation spreading out here, not just by artificial intelligence and people from around the world, but by us. And so we have to really, truly ask the questions. Take your emotions out of it and do your research and ask the questions.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds this week on The Source on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
The big game is here. Keep things sizzling with Beats and Watson. Fire up the grill with perfectly smoked premium franks and sausages. Or enjoy endless sandwich combos with fresh sliced meats and cheeses in a variety of bold flavors. There's something for everyone in the family. Plus, plenty of protein-packed snacks. Head to DeatsandWatson.com to find a ShopRite store near you. Dietz and Watson, it's a family thing. Premium meats and cheeses since 1939.
Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $394 million. $394 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Tune into Word Radio this Thursday at 10 a.m. for City Council Live, hosted by Ernest Owens. Join conversations that matter to your community with your local City Council members.
Have you ever walked a dog without a diaper? Or been so hungry you ate more than 3 sandwiches? In the wrong state, that could make you a criminal. There are ridiculous laws on the books everywhere, like laws that criminalize HIV. These HIV laws are out of touch with science and our society. They ruin lives by perpetuating stigma and racism. And they're on the books in over 30 states, maybe even here. It's time to repeal these ridiculous laws. Take action at healthnotprisons.org.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4Word member, sign up, family member, or a friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
Hello?
Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council. Let's face it, life looks a little different. During these times, we're doing our best to keep our minds and bodies strong. And getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters, like having game night at home. Yeah, can't do that while sick with the flu. Now imagine family movie night that your daughter can't live without. Well, that's ruined. And don't forget your uncle's socially distanced cookout. See, that's why it's important to be at our strongest. Every year, millions of people in the US get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit managerbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Here we are. You know what? It was just a joy to talk with Mom Burton and to hear about the history of the Mississippi Mass Choir. Just a joy. Just for me, in any way. For me, it was just a joy. Malcolm shares it was a great segment, even though he doesn't follow gospel. I'm chuckling because I read that and I was reading it as I was talking. But I think that is so funny. But even if you don't, listen, you know what I always say. There's something in everybody's story that I believe, could be just a little morsel, a piece of information that'll be helpful to somebody else's journey. So let's talk about it all. Family, in this hour, I want to introduce you to another new family member, an extraordinary individual. Yes, I do. His name is Al Pearson, and he is a financial strategist. He's a coach. He's a trainer. He's a teacher. He's a pastor. He's a team builder, a businessman, and he's also the author of the book titled Aiming High, Thoughts, Quotes, and Phrases for the Business of Life. Couldn't get any better than that, right? Family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than Al Pearson. Well, hey there, Al.
What's happening, Carol? How you doing this afternoon? Well, it's always afternoon with me, but it's evening. Good evening.
Listen, I will not complain. You hear me? I will not complain. First of all, let me share with the family. I told Al months ago, I said, Al, you got to come and talk with us. You got to come talk with us. Al, I promise you, I was not running. I did not run away. Life was lifing at full speed. Okay. No doubt. But here we are.
Yes.
Here we are. So I'm happy to have you here to talk with us. We from time to time, we dip into the conversation of finances because, that's typically a conversation that we don't like to have. So here we are revisiting about our finances. And we've got you tonight to talk with us, to give us some tips and all of that good stuff and tell us how we can properly invest our money amongst some other things, if you will.
Absolutely.
What I want to do, though, Al, is tell our family members a little about you. I'm ready to jump into the conversation, but I'd love for you to tell our family members a little about you first.
Well, I've been in this industry I've been a licensed financial professional since 1996. I know I only look like I'm 35, but I've been in there, a little bit. Don't let the gray hair fool you.
Listen, what?
But I got into this business, especially the financial strategist part of it. The short answer to that is because there's a need for financial literacy, especially in our community. But let me start really just by sharing a little bit of my story, what really got me so focused on the financial arena.
Mm-hmm.
And let me ask you, Carol, have you ever experienced an eclipse, darkness in the middle of the day?
Emotionally, mentally, are we talking about literally?
Anyone? Have you ever experienced that?
Well, absolutely.
Well, guess what? That's in 2000, I think it was 2004. I was soaring financially and professionally. I had a profitable insurance agency. My kids were in private school. I knew how to make money and was teaching my agents how to make money. I was on that trajectory to be a millionaire. I felt like I was financially savvy. I really thought, Carol, I knew it all. I thought I was doing it all even, to save money, limit my credit usage and just be a good steward, not realizing that I didn't know enough. And the wealthy guys, interestingly enough, the wealthy guys in the industry that I knew, they all talked about their boats, their cars, their houses. We all talked about that stuff, but none of them was showing me how to shift, grow, and protect my money. So consequently, in 2008, everything changed.
2008.
Yes, 2008, everything changed. My business took a huge financial hit. And after running through my savings, I was now faced with the reality, Carol, of what to do next to take care of my family. I had a wife and 2 teenagers. So in the process, and during that time, I had to walk away from a 4,300 square foot home, move to another state, and reinvent myself as a motivational speaker and trainer.
Oh, wow.
Now, I vividly recall during that season, being a speaker at an association event. Now, I came dressed to the nine, ready to deliver my gift at around 10 a.m. And then what happened was, as I was speaking, the audience was cheering. And afterwards, numerous of them came up to me and complimented me on my message. And guess what happened? I then got into my minivan. Yes, I had a minivan at the time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, we had to do what we had to do. Now, remember that eclipse I mentioned earlier?
Yes, indeed.
Well, that day for me and my family, we experienced an eclipse, absolute darkness, because when I got home, I turned the key in the door. And when I entered the house, everything was dark in the middle of the day. Now, here I was, after making hundreds of thousands of dollars, Carol, standing in a room with no electricity.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That time right there was a low for me. That was our eclipse, and I never wished that for another family. And it was a few years later that I met one of my financial mentors, and after sharing with him my journey, he told me, he said, Al, it's not that you were doing anything wrong. It's just that you did not know your options. And it was then through him and the opportunity he shared with me that I received a financial education that no school, businesses, or job ever taught me. And I got a degree in accounting. And my degree is in accounting, and no job, no school, and no business ever taught me. And then after learning what I could have prevented had I known, Carol, that's why I'm now on a mission to raise the level of financial literacy of those in my sphere of influence by educating, empowering, and enlightening others so that no family ever has to experience an eclipse due to financial hardship.
Sure.
See, Carol, I was a victim of it. And now because of what I know, I'm now a victor from it. And that is why I'm so focused on helping whoever is willing to win the financial game of life and change their family's trajectory for generations to come.
Al, let me ask you, what would you say is one of the biggest mistakes we make financially?
I think one of the biggest mistakes we make financially is not knowing how money works.
Okay. Okay.
Unfortunately, in this country, this is Black History Month, so I'm going to just share some things about us, right? Unfortunately, in this country, we as Blacks in this country are the biggest consumers, but the smallest producers.
Mm.
So let me just give you a little bit of an example.
Okay.
In 2020, I think it was 2022, CNN did a report that talks about the net worth of a Black family in America in 2022 was, guess how much money, Carol?
How much?
$45,000.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
The
whole
average,
statement thing.
the average net worth of a Black family in America in 2022 was $45,000.
Family.
Family. Oh, not individual. Family.
Family. Oh.
So compared to a Hispanic family in America, theirs was 66. Now imagine that.
What?
Now, this is what really the survey was about America's racial wealth gap. And a white family in America, guess what's their average net income?
Go on and tell us.
$285,000. That's 6 times more than a Black family in America.
Yeah.
And then I went one step further and found out, okay, what is the average Asian American net income in America? And theirs was $536,000, Carol.
What?
Now, understand that most Asians in this country are usually at a higher income rate and they have less poverty. So that kind of brings it up. But that $536,000, that's 12 times that of a African American family or a Black family.
That's horrible.
Can you now see why I'm on this mission to educate, especially this being Black History Month, to educate our community and all communities, but especially our community about how money works and to be a little bit more astute and raise up their level of financial literacy. Because we've been taught some things, Carol, that we've been just doing and never knowing the reason behind why we're doing it. It sort of reminds me, you probably heard the story about the man who married to this lady and the way she was cooking the ham. Have you ever heard that ham story?
No.
Okay, so this man was married this lady and she used to cut the butt off of the ham, right?
Okay.
And so the husband was like, babe, why you keep cutting the butt off the ham? And the wife was like, baby, that's the way you cook a ham. That's the way my mama cook a ham, and that's the way a ham is made. So he just was wondering. So he went over his mother-in-law's house for Christmas. And then he asked his mother-in-law, he said, mother-in-law, I noticed that my baby, my wife, when she cooks the ham, she keeps cutting the butt off the ham. And the wife interrupted and said, hey, Mom, would you tell him, he keep talking about the way I cook a ham. Would you tell him that's the way you bake a ham and that's the way a ham is baked? And the mother looked at her and said, baby, the only reason why I was cutting the butt off the ham is because my pan was too small.
Oh, wow.
She was cutting the ham, not knowing the reason. She just thought that's what you do. Is it possible, Carol, that $45,000 is a net income is because we've been living life the way we thought we should and never asked why we're living life that way?
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. That just hit me in a whole nother way. Yes. And yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So when we talk about, your question, if I remember your question, is what's the number one problem that we have as relates to money? It's not knowing how money works. So let me, I'm getting a little pumped up, so I get a lot of energy when I
bring it. We're all family telling. We're ready for it. We are all ears right now.
So let me explain something to you. Okay, first of all, I want to use a disclaimer. I am not a CPA or tax expert, and I'm not a lawyer. So I'm going to be talking to you, with your listeners and you tonight, about things at 20,000 feet. Okay, so I'm not going down to 1,000 feet. So if you all have questions going to 1,000 feet, we have to talk individually. Okay.
Okay.
Now, first thing I want to understand that wealth is not an amount. Wealth is a mindset. Once you have the right mindset, it will pretty much affect various areas in your life. Now, the same goes for wealth. When you have the right mindset about money, you'll see your financial situation change. That is one of the reasons. This is a cheap plug, but this is one of the reasons I wrote the book, Aiming High: Thoughts, Quotes, and Phrases for the Business of Life, because so that people can develop the right mindset about business, relationships in various parts of their lives. And also, I finished it in 2022 after coming out of the pandemic.
Because I was going to ask how you were affected.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
So what ended up happening when I came out of the pandemic, I realized that having the right mindset will determine how successful I am, regardless of how much money I have or don't have. My mindset. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? I've not asked anyone else this, but I'm finding it necessary to ask you in this moment. If you do not have an entrepreneurial spirit, or if you're not business minded, are you still able to make money?
Yes, because when I hear someone says that if you're not business minded or entrepreneurial, I have to ask you the question: what do you define as entrepreneurial and business minded?
Well, I'm thinking, and I thought I would ask that just in case, because someone may be saying, "Well, I don't have a business. I don't have a business that I'm starting or thinking of beginning or creating." So that's from where that came. Me thinking, in the event any of our family members are thinking that, well, I don't have a business that I'm starting. I don't have a business that I'm a part of, or when I think being an entrepreneur, that's what I think personally. So I was thinking, for someone else in this instance.
Well, guess what? Those are excellent question. And if somebody, the reason why I would ask that question, because somebody asks me, well, I'm not business minded, I'm not entrepreneur. You'd be surprised at what you are, that you don't believe you are.
I agree with that. We all have gifts, so I agree with that. I agree.
Let me tell you something. God never created a whatchamacallit.
He sure. Yes, you are right about that.
Everyone was created for a purpose and on purpose, regardless of how you came to this earth. If you came as a product of a loving, healthy mother and father, or you came as a product of a rape, or you came to a product of adoption, you were here because there was a purpose for you. Now, you're taking me somewhere. So let me just tell you this. When you think about how you were able to come here, that means that you beat a lot of people inside your father to get here. So that means you're a fast runner.
How about that?
So guess what? You won just the fact that you were able to inhale and exhale. So don't let anybody ever tell you that you were a loser. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot change your family trajectory and be able to change your last name. So when they hear your last name, they hear positivity or not. Yeah, remember the Riddicks, remember the Pearsons. No, when they hear your name, you can be the one to change it so that shoot, are you a part of the Riddick clan? Are you part of the Pearson clan? Oh man, they like that. They like that.
Listen. Yes. Well, I want to share because our family members are talking. Henry shares, information and education are everything. Black people have a $1.6 trillion economy every year. We have to learn to be on one accord. Harriet Tubman said it best when she said she could have freed more slaves if they just knew that they were slaves. Their mindset was wrong. Yes. And I remind myself of that quote, quite honestly. Our beloved and beautiful Miss Rosalind, she shares that she got a 9th grade education, but she made sure all of her children were educated, and she is proud of what they've become. She shares, now it's her turn. She is the now. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And Eric shares, hello, Mr. Pearson. Welcome to the platform. How important is knowing your credit score? He shares he could name about 10 people of various nationalities, and 6 of the 10 have no idea what their credit score is and or what it represents. And to that question, Ms. Rosalind shares, she just loves you. She loves you. So to Eric's question about knowing your credit score and how important it is.
Okay, well, when you talk about your credit score, I'm old enough to know the song that talks about cream cash rule everything around me. Somebody so said I love gospel, but I'm a son of hip hop.
That was James. James said hip hop, bring back the positive hip hop. Cash rules everything around me. I remember that.
It is. There are situations where debt is not only a necessity, but potentially smart.
Okay. Oh, I understand that. Okay.
Yeah. So because debt really can provide flexibility and convenience that can help you manage your money and provide for your lifestyle needs. Now, there are bad uses of debt and good uses of debt. Now, good uses of debt are things like if you're purchasing your home or you're purchasing an appreciating asset or investment, or you're investing in education because you plan on getting some returns. Now, bad uses of debt are using credit cards to pay off your lifestyle or to fund your lifestyle, or to use credit cards to pay for credit cards, or to use credit cards for depreciating asset. So the key, as he talks about your credit score, is good to analyze your debt, because all debt, good and bad, must be analyzed together for proper debt management. Better debt management means that you have better cash flow and better financial planning. Now, when you talk about debt management, it starts with examining your existing debt. Now, I would recommend that you examine each individual debt as your total overall debt. So
if I might interject for one moment, just to Eric's point, it's important to know your credit score and to couple that with what you're saying, because then that way you'll be better able to navigate and know in which ways you can use your your debt in a good or for the good or the positive way. Family, listen, it's time for us to take a commercial break. I lost track of time because I'm so engrossed in this conversation, as I imagine you are too. Stay with us though, because we are coming right back.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
How much for the bouquet of flowers?
They are $6.99. Great choice.
Thanks.
For someone special?
Something like that.
Well, if you really want to make a good impression, why not throw in some lottery tickets? Add some scratch-offs to the bouquet.
Okay.
Sure. You give your loved one a chance to win money. If they win, they might even share it with you.
Never even thought of that. You know what? Let me get a few of those scratch-offs for the bouquet.
Smart man. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Keep on scratching.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Problem gambling? Helpline 1-800-GAMBLER.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. Voting time in 2024. Yes, voting time in 2024. I hope you did your best and took a little rest. But now it's time to soar for us 2024. Yes, it's voting time. I said it's voting time. Gather women and men on whom you can depend. Take your friends who won't ignore. Because it's voting time in 2024. Say it with pride. I register, I vote, I must. You may have buttons that say, I register, I vote, I must. Say it on the radio, the TV, the cell phone, or the landline. I register, I vote, I must. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy. I register, I vote, I must.
WURD is happy to provide our listeners with the opportunity to participate in contests and win prizes. This is a reminder of our contest rules. All participants must be 18 years of age or older, depending on the contest. Persons may win only one prize from the radio station per contest for every 30-day period. Some contests might also specify one winner per household or company. Prizes must be claimed within 14 days or by 12 noon the day before the event, whichever is sooner, and must be accepted as is or forfeited. The radio station employees and their immediate relatives, sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, live remote sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, and any other media employees are ineligible to win the prize. Thank you for participating and for listening to WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Long nose, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Al Pearson, who is a financial strategist. And before the commercial break, Eric asked a question about credit scores. I was sharing with Al that, what we were going to pivot when we came back. But you know what, Al? I think we're going to stay on this train. I think we are. I think we should, because I want to add to that conversation. I would like to know how important it is to build a healthy credit profile, and what are some practices people can do to achieve a healthy credit profile.
Well, one of the things to understand about credit profile, not knowing is worse than not fixing. It's almost like I'm gonna say us guys. A lot of us guys don't want to go to the doctor because we don't want to know.
Right.
Until something happens and it's too late. So your credit profile is your resume for the things you want to purchase in the future. So if you don't know your resume, they're going to pull and be like, no, you're not worth it. You're not worth it. So it's good to at least know so that you can work on it. And so one of the ways, some of the things to build a better profile is, we've all heard of pay down your debt. But before you pay down your debt, you always want to pay yourself first. I tell some of my clients that, even if you put all your money to paying down your debt and something happened to you, those debtors aren't going to care about how you're feeling.
Well, that's true.
So the goal is to pay yourself first while you're simultaneously working on a debt elimination strategy. So it's very important to do that. Pay down the highest interest rate first. See, let me just go back to something, and it's going to really speak to Eric's question about debt, because sometimes we have debt because we don't understand how money works. So let me just share with you this not theory, but this principle. You ever heard about the rule of 72?
No.
Okay. The rule of 72 is really how money works. Now it goes like this: take 72 and divide it by the annual interest rate that is charged, and then that calculate how many years it takes for your money to double.
Oh.
So let's say, for instance, somebody, just easy math. Let me do simple math so I don't have to bring out my calculator. Let's just say, for instance, somebody's 29 years old and they put just a one-time $10,000 in a vehicle that's giving them 1%. That means if I divide 72 into 1, that's 72 years. That means that they won't be able to live long enough to see that money double. Well, Carol, how much is the bank paying you in interest on your money?
Not enough.
Less than 1%. So just imagine what most of us keep our money in the bank because we just don't know our options. Now, some CDs maybe, like I said, some CDs may be giving you 4 or 5%, but let's say they're giving you 4%. If I divide 4 into 72 and that same 29-year-old put $10,000 into something that's giving them 4%, that means every 18 years it's doubling. So if they're 29, by the time they're 65, that $10,000 just turned to $40,000. Well, imagine if they were getting something that was 12 or 10%. If I divide 72 into 10, that's every 7.2 years, their money is double. That means that same $10,000 that they put in at 29, by the time they retire at 65, they have $320,000.
See.
So I'm sure you heard of Albert Einstein, right?
I have.
Well, Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. So let's look at that rule of 72 we just talked about in terms of earning money. What's the average rate on a credit card?
I don't even know.
Let's say it's 27%. Some credit cards are 30%.
Ooh.
Now that same principle, talking to Eric, the same principle applies with credit cards that if they're divided. So that's why you can never pay your credit card paying the minimum payments. So when you understand how money works, then you don't look at a credit card and be like, man, I got $10,000. I got a $10,000 limit. I'm good. No, you're not.
No,
if that limit, that $5,000 of that limit is continually being taxed at 27%.
Yeah, you are not good.
You are not good. So once you understand that, and you look, so now you look for vehicles that will give you a higher return because it allows your money to grow a lot quicker.
So listen, Ms. Lily, I'm with you. She was going to say 15%. I was thinking when you said, I said, I don't know.
Go look at them. Go look at them. And look, that 15 or that 10% or that 11%, they call that introductory rate.
That's how they get you.
Yes, and here how else to get you. And I'm not going to bash credit cards because when it's not, credit cards aren't bad. A lack of discipline is.
That right there.
So let me tell you, credit cards aren't bad. A lack of this. There's a lot of people who use credit cards and pay it off every month. They're not living bad. Now, so what the thing is, when we understand that we'll never be able to pay that off, we hurt ourselves.
Well, let me address this because as Rosalind shares, that's the way to build up your credit. The less you pay, the more credit you earn. That's what she was always told.
Say it again.
I believe I did. Miss Rosalind, help me. In the event I did not read that correctly, she writes that will build up your credit. The less you pay, the more credit you earn. That's what she was always told.
Let me tell you, this is in my experience. When creditors look at your credit, they look at the amount of credit you have available. That's how they determine your credit score. So if you have let's say you have 3 credit cards and they all $10,000 limit each, and most of them are $8,000 that you use upon it. You basically, of that $30,000, you only have $6,000 available. That's not a good risk for a loan.
They look at your credit to debt ratio.
Yes, we talked about that earlier. So when you have a credit card, when you're paying it on time, that's how you build your credit. The fact that you're paying it and you're not maxing out, because if you're maxing it out, that's saying to the creditors that you don't have good money management and you are higher risk. That doesn't build your credit. That actually hurts your credit. Now, not paying on time. This is another trick that some of the creditors do with introductory rate. They give you that introductory rate, then they say, okay, after that, it's, let's say 50%. But then if you read that little fine print, it says if you're ever late, they can drop it to the highest amount APR.
I saw that. I did see that.
And when you look at that, that's 29%. I'm just saying.
Family, look at me. I'm all carried away in this conversation once again. Hello, and welcome to you. If you have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Al Pearson in this hour. He is a financial strategist, and he is talking with us about money. You don't think I didn't see your post, Malcolm. He said dollar bill, y'all. I saw it. And that's exactly what we're talking about. But we're talking about managing money in a healthy space. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about trying to do so. But I'm so curious to know, for those of our family members who are saying, all right, I hear everything you're saying. I hear everything you're talking about, and I'm aware of that. But what can I do? What do I invest in? What do I invest in to begin a healthy financial journey?
Okay, so you want to invest in part of knowing how money works is knowing how money grows and how money's taxed.
Mm-hmm.
So there's three ways that money grows. It grows fixed, it grows variable. Fixed means that whatever they give you, that interest, that's going to go, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And variable means that it goes up and down based on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is called index. Index is where you get the upside growth and downside protection. So when the market goes down, you don't lose your money.
Mm.
But when it goes up, you get to participate in some of that growth. And I would tell you, a lot of wealthy people have those kind of investments.
Sure. Well, it sounds the smartest of the three to me.
Yes, but I didn't even know those options when I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars, Kara.
Well, that makes sense. Well, again, that makes so much sense to me because we don't really know. And I mean, as Black people, a lot of us are uneducated, as we've already stated. We're uneducated. And then those of us that are, we don't always know how to share because some of us are not open to the conversation as well. Some of us are not open to it. I do want to share. Our family members are talking. Drina shares, hi there, beautiful. She shares that she's watching from the sweetest sides of Detroit, Michigan. Hey there, Drina. Thank you for joining us. Harry shares, hey, y'all, I am late, but guess what? I'm here.
That's right.
Harry Wims, that's right. That's all we're asking for. Chris Murray, hi there, our beloved. He asks, is it too late for me to save for retirement in my late 50s and early 60s?
Well, I'm going to just be transparent with you and say no, because guess what? I'm in my late 50s, believe it or not. And we have clients that that are in their 50s and 60s. And so let me just share with you. I'm going to speak directly to that right now by saying how money is taxed.
Okay.
Now, there's three ways that money is taxed. Money is taxed annually, what we call taxable. So you can invest in something that's taxable, right? Like a bank account, a savings account. You know, whatever you get, you got to pay that every year. Then the next bucket, you have tax deferred. And so taxes are assessed when you withdraw the money, like your 401k, like your TSP, like your IRA, some annuities and pension plans. You defer your taxes, what I call tax procrastination, because Carol, do you think tax is going to be higher in the future or less?
Higher.
So why is it that we were taught to put money in vehicles that is tax deferred? And guess what? Go ahead.
Because they are making money off of our money that we can. That's why.
I'm not going to go that deep. I could, but I'm not. You're not going to pull me in there.
The truth is truth. Okay. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So check this out. The thing is, if it's tax deferred and you're paying money on the interest, well, guess what? Why would you want to put all your money? The key is diversification in investing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you that any one vehicle is the only one you should use. I'm educating us so that we'll know that there are options that we can diversify our portfolio. See, if you only have one car outside and that car break down, now you got to get your Uber.
Mm.
But if you have multiple vehicles, be like, oh, you know what? I'll put that in the shop while I drive this. And you're not depending on somebody else's vehicle to take you where you need to go. You have your own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt like a black woman when I was like this. You know?
Listen.
And then the third way money is taxed is called tax advantage. Now, tax advantage, what happened is during accumulation and distribution, it's usually tax exempt. You don't pay taxes on it.
Okay.
And those are like Roth IRAs, cash accumulation, and certain an insurance policy, executive bonus plans. This is what the wealthy 5% have been using to build wealth for generations.
So I want to share something with you. So Ms. Rosalind was sharing that most wealthy people use credit cards to pay for everything, not debit cards. That's how they make do. And Ms. Lily shares that a few months ago, a report was released stating that at least 25% of the population are living off their credit cards. I imagine everybody took a huge hit, and they're still trying to swim out from the pandemic. And Harry shares a thank you for sharing fixed, variables, and index. Now, I was aware of fixed and variable, but not index. I was not aware at all, not at all. And then Harry follows up by saying, I got it. Eggs in many baskets. Now, Harry, am I right about that? Because I'm imagining you were saying, I got it. You saw the thumbs up. I put that up too. So that's what I imagine that meant. Family, hey there. It's time for us to take a short commercial break. We're talking about how money is taxed. Listen, we're talking about a lot of things right now. You hear me? We're talking about so much in this moment, but it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. And as you know, the conversation is going to continue. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to continue this, but also, Al, you did not tell us from where we could get your book or what we can expect to find when we get the book. Okay. So when we come back, we're going to tackle all of that too. Okay. Because we want to know. So family, family, know that the phone lines, well, actually, Nick has a question before we go to commercial break. Nick.
Hey, Carol. Not so much a question. We had a caller who just wanted to mention that your guest here is right on the money, especially with the 72 rule. He believed that the rule itself should be taught in schools and high schools so that young people understand how this rule works. But he said that it worked for himself and that he wants to see more of our people adopt it.
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you, Nick, for sharing that, for relaying that. And thank you, caller, for calling to share that. Thank you so much for that. On that note, we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, Al, you done held the book up and everything and didn't tell us where we could get it from. And then he said it so fast, the title of it. Beat you with a wet noodle. Family, stay with us because we're coming right back.
Thinking about getting a new career in public health? PHMC, a nonprofit public health institute in Philadelphia, fosters a diverse, dynamic, and innovative workforce. PHMC is hiring in all areas of public health. Benefits include a pension, planned tuition discounts, and reimbursement, as well as generous paid time off. Learn about Public Health Management Corporation. Log on to mypublichealthcareer.org to view all open positions and find your place in public health. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $394 million. $394 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
It's too black, which means it's too strong.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Welcome back, family. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Al Pearson, who is a financial strategist, amongst many other things. But he is here tonight educating us, and he is continuing his mission to make sure we are in the know and that we make our money multiply and that we are educated while doing so. So first, thank you for that, Al. But you shared earlier about your book titled Aiming High, Thoughts, Quotes, and Phrases for the Business of Life. Can you talk with us first about what we can expect to read when we purchase your book? And then can you tell us how we can get it?
Absolutely. Well, this is my book. I don't know if the lighting is good, but this is it right here. And what happens is over the last probably 20 years of me speaking, training, and coaching, people would ask me, man, where you get that from? And because I used to come up with these not weird, but unique phrases to help people lock in on mindset. And so it was this actually, I was doing a training one time and this girl said, do you have these written down somewhere? I was like, no. She said, well, look, if you don't write them down, I'm going to use them and write a book. And that was the inspiration for me, the competitor in me is to start codifying them and getting cataloging them, I should say, and putting them together. So this book right here is over 10 years to 15 years of various sayings that God has really just downloaded on me.
Mhm.
And it speaks to different quotes. One of the biggest compliments I got was that someone who had the books said, it's like reading a modern day proverb.
Mm.
So it has various different, when you pick this book up, it helps you with your mindset, how you see things. Because I believe that your perception, your perspective is from your vantage point, from where you see a thing, but your perception is how you see a thing, and your performance is how you respond. So if your perception is off, if your perspective is off, your perception is going to be off, and then how you respond is going to be off.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this book has a lot of quotes, and I call them acronyms, which is a take on acronyms.
Yeah.
Let me give you one of them. One of my acronyms is called HERO, HERO, and a hero is someone who has the heart to engage regardless of the obstacle.
Oh, I like that. Al. Okay, that's an acronym. Okay.
So the book will give you these kind of things, because sometimes one of the things I wrote this the way that I like to sometimes read books is that sometimes I would read books and it took 300 pages to get 100 pages of information.
Yeah, Al, listen, because I am an avid reader, that burns me. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Before I ask you anything else, is the book available as an audiobook as well?
Not yet.
Okay.
And it will, hopefully within the next 6 months or so, it'll be available in an audiobook. But right now you can get it on Amazon.com. And if you look up Al Pearson, it'll probably be under my government name, Aldean Pearson, Aldean Pearson. But you'll see it, and it's available. And it has quotes about life, relational quotes, inspirational quotes, food for thought. So it has a chock full of over 350 quotes that can really inspire you. And I found that a lot of young people have been liking the book.
Wow.
And this one guy told me, I was like, why are these young people liking the book? He said, your book reads like a TikTok. I don't have to sit and read a whole bunch of stuff. I can get what I need and go.
I was like a TikTok. I like that though. I'm not mad at that at all.
Me neither.
I like that. I like that. Well, because we live in such a fast-paced world. So I don't mind, some pieces of information, especially if they're helpful, when you've got a helpful piece of information and it's quick. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. You know what, family, I want to make sure in the event you all have any additional questions or anything that you want to address with Al in this moment, because we only have a few minutes left in this hour. So I want to make some room for that. Just to let you know, in the event you want to call and ask your question, you can do so by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call toll free by dialing 1-866-361-0900. Al, do you have a website?
No, I don't have a website that they can contact me, but what they can do is they can either email me at email our office at newbirthfinancials@gmail.com, or they can call.
You can't talk so fast, Al. You can't say that fast. New Birth Financials with an
right
F.
there, it's on the screen. Yes, newbirthfinancials@gmail.com. I've been talking.
Some of our family members are listening and are not watching, so I want to make sure they too receive the necessary information. So that is New Birth Financials, that's plural with an S, at gmail.com. And that's all one word, no underscores, no underscore. New Birth Financials
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
And they can also, if they have any questions, they can also call my office at 202
750
1184.
1184. There you have it. Family, I put that in the chat too. I did put that in the chat.
Awesome.
See that? Listen now. We pay attention and we want to get the information.
Let me tell you, my wife gets on me about that all the time, because I'm just I talk fast just by in general. So I have to sometimes slow my brain down. So I totally get it.
There's so much information that you're trying to impart. So I overstand. You're trying to get it out, and your mind is racing, and then your mouth is trying to catch up. You're like, wait a minute.
Absolutely.
So, family, I want to make sure, as we're wrapping up, I want to make sure you have the number. The number is 202-750-1184. Al Pearson, Pearson. So when you're looking for the book online, you'll know as well. Aldine Pearson is his full name, Aldean. First name, last name, Pearson. We're going to go to the phone lines because Angela is joining us from Florida. Hi there, Angela. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Hello. I have a question for Al. I'm glad I'm listening to this program because I have $100,000 and I'm about to put it in a high yield savings account. But you mentioned about maybe putting it in somewhere better where I can get more money than a set high yield savings account.
Yes, ma'am. You can give our office a call and we can give you some options because I want to look at your whole picture, not just a piece of your picture. So we want to look at your whole picture to actually give you the best option. And so I think if you reach out to our office, one of our team members will be able to help you with that.
Okay. How do I get your number?
It's you can either call us at 202-750-1184. That's 202-750-1184. Or you can email us at Newbirth, that's NEWBIRTH, financials with an S, at gmail.com, and just state what you want you need help with, and we'll get back with you.
Al, will you talk with Angela? Will you talk with her personally?
Absolutely. Just when Angela, when you call or leave a message, just say I want to speak with Al Pearson.
Okay. Will do. Thank you.
I'll reach out to you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, Al. Now listen, we want personal attention. We don't want to hear you on the show and see you on the show and then call the office and say, "Now wait, who is this?"
If they ask for me, I will do my endeavored best to personally help them, especially if they speak out on the call.
Okay. Okay, and that's all we can do is ask, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the effort. We do. Al, I'm looking at the time, and here we are nearing. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Liz, I want to know though, will you come back with us and continue to help us and educate us?
Yes, I will. And I want to leave, this being Black History Month, I want to leave a gift.
Oh, we love gifts.
Okay, I want to leave two gifts. First, I want to leave you with what I call the 10 rules of money.
Okay,
so y'all can write this down. 10 rules of money is one, we talked about this, to pay yourself first.
Yes.
Pay yourself first. Rule number 2 is to always have a savings or emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
Always have a savings or emergency fund. Number 3, and this is a big one for our community, spend less than what you earn.
Oh, we'll put an asterisk by that one.
Spend less than what you earn. Number 4, don't be a slave to money. Don't be a slave to money. Number 5, I feel like I'm doing the Tonight Show top 10. Number 5, always make money work for you.
Oh, that's why we need you, Al.
Well, I'm here.
Okay.
Number 6, give every dollar a job.
Oh, okay.
Like you cleaning up your house, they call it EHAH, everything has a home.
Yes, everything has a home. Oh, Lord. Okay.
So give every dollar a job. Number 7,
okay.
Learn how to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Not just invest, but learn how to invest. Remember, we talked about the 3 ways money works. Once you understand the way 3 ways money work, now you know how to invest.
Right.
Number 8, learn how to make money passively.
Yes.
That's being a business owner. Number 9, keep your finance organized. It's a game. Learn how it works.
Learn how to play it.
Yes. And number 10, remember, it's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Make. All right.
And
Oh, okay.
before I give you the second gift, I want to mention something that you speak to something you mentioned earlier, and I don't think we gave it enough attention.
Okay.
Talk
Hurry,
about,
we've got 2 minutes left.
yeah, about business owners. I understand that even if you have a 9-to-5 W-2, you want to get into a 1099 situation.
Okay.
Because when you're a W-2, you make money, you get taxed, and then you spend what's left. But when you're 1099, you make money, you spend money, and then you pay taxes on what's left. That's how successful business owners work.
Okay.
So our firm actually is looking for leaders that want to be business owners and not only a salesperson. And if that sounds like any of your listeners, they can call our office and we can qualify them to start on a part-time basis.
Okay.
And the last gift I want to give you is for the first, this is going to be a lot of work, but it's for the first 75 listeners.
Okay.
First 75 listeners that email or call us saying they heard me on WURD, or my friend heard me on WURD and would like to know more about the financial options.
Mm-hmm.
I or my team will give them a complimentary free financial review, and that's an $800 to $1,500 value.
What? Angela, did you hear that? Listen, okay. All right. Family, did you hear that? Al, thank you. Family, you already know. Family, just praise God from whom all blessings flow. As we wrap tonight's episode, I just want to say thank you to each and every single soul and spirit that contributed to tonight's episode. Thank you. Thank you to our callers. Thank you to those of you who commented on our socials. Thank you, Al, for sharing your time, your energy, your space, your spirit, your knowledge, your attention even with us, and your expertise. Happy birthday once again to all of our birthday love bugs, especially Karen, Tiffany Bacon's mother. Thank you to the entire WURD family. Family, God loves you and so do I. Remember that we're all in this together. Be good to you, but be good to those around you. Please have a great rest of your night and be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, family.